Hello everyone and welcome to yet another session. Today I would like to speak about anger. What is anger? Anger is that uncontrollable emotion, right? It is that uncontrollable emotion that arises when somebody says something hurting to us, when somebody behaves wrong with us, when we are accused of something that we haven't done. So this is kind of an uncontrollable emotion that comes out of us when we are hurt, basically. Okay, so why do we get angry? N number of reasons, right? So sometimes we get angry because we feel neglected, right? When you go somewhere and somebody purposely neglects you, you feel angry, or maybe it was not the intention also, but we feel angry. Then when unexpected, we expected something out of something, but those expectations were not fulfilled, then we feel angry. When we are insecure, we feel angry. It comes out as anger, okay, because we don't know how to deal with our insecurity, so it comes out as anger, as aggressivity. Okay, you will see the most aggressive and angry people are the ones who are the most insecure inside of them. Actually, they are too much insecure of losing something, or of being abandoned, or of being neglected. So it is like a kind of a baby inside that cannot handle all these things, and it is shown out as anger, okay, or tantrums you can throw. You become very angry. And also I've seen that anger is a result of our conditionings also. Sometimes it runs in the family. We say, oh, his grandfather was also the same, his father is also the same, no, he's also the same, his son is the same, so it runs in the family. So what is it that makes this anger so important, like running through generations? There is something, right? So it is a kind of a deep conditioning inside of us that we got from our forefathers, and we are still continuing it. And sometimes people are proud of that. Well, I really feel it's not something to be proud about, because anger, if it is positively handled, it can be very constructive, right? And if it is very negatively handled, it is very destructive. You also need to know that anger is something that leads to hatred also. After anger, if there is too much of anger in someone about something, it turns into hatred. But at the same time, you need to know that love and hatred are opposites of each other, right? So when you love someone too much, and when this anger takes, this resentment feelings take a lot of place in your heart, then automatically it turns into hatred. So the people who hate somebody must be the people who must have loved a lot also. But because of misunderstandings and anger, the hatred gets developed. So anger is something how should I say? It's like a sinking sand. When you fall into it, you start getting absorbed, and then you are taken by it. It's like an acid that is inside of you, and when you cannot handle it, you throw it on somebody and you burn the person. Okay, so now how do we deal with this anger? Why and how do you deal with this kind of anger? The first thing is that you need to be honest with yourself at that point of time. Is it really required of me to get angry with this to start with? Should I really get angry with this? I mean, does it require so much of my energy and anger, my raising of blood pressure, that I should get angry with such and such a thing? Evaluate yourself, okay? And if you are a kind of person who just cannot handle anger at all, like immediately gets angry and can blurt out something, then what you need to do, first of all, you breathe. Okay, do deep breathing over there. 3 times you breathe deeply, okay, over there, because what you're doing is actually your body is getting ready to attack somebody, either through punches or through your words, through bitterness, it is going to come out. So, when you deep breathe, what happens is that you're oxygenating your body. And what does oxygen do? Oxygen is your relaxer, okay? It is something to relax you. Yeah, so when you deep breathe, all your organs are getting oxygenated, right? From your brain to all parts of your body is getting oxygenated, and you can start relaxing slowly, okay? Then after the deep breathing, what you can do, the second way to handle anger is, if you're in your workplace, well, there it becomes a bit difficult, because if your boss is throwing accusations on you and you're trying to explain but the person doesn't understand, things are getting heated up, then what do? Start counting inside of you. Let the person keep speaking, but you start, be calm and start counting. 1 to 50 or 1 to 100 also, you start counting, and look at the person. You see the person, how the person is behaving in front of you. And inside of you, you try to find humor in that situation. I mean, for me, I do that. I try to find a humor in that situation when somebody is really, doing any kind of foolish things, like getting really madly angry and all that. I look at them and I say, which animal this person resembles? Or, I start imagining this person in different forms, and that I start becoming very creative at that time. So try to become creative, find humor, okay, find humor in the situation. And when they are close people, just, a small joke can just burst the anger of, like in the sense, not burst, but it can heal the anger of a person. It can, everybody can start laughing with your friends. You must have realized that, if somebody is very upset, and if one of your friend who has very good sense of humor cracks a joke or makes a very, funny remark about this kind of anger, the person will start, will not know how to react, and they will also start laughing, or they will just leave the place. So you need to know, you need to find the humor in that situation. Is like, you need to see this, if it is you, why am I getting angry like that? And just try to find the humorous situation, or think of a funny incident that happened in your life some time ago. Just think of that, and then it will change your mind. It will take you away from this destructive force. All right. And if it is somebody else, well, be creative and imagine them into something very funny, and just smile, because they are suffering, they are hurt. This is why they are behaving like that. But you don't need to play the game also. All right, when it comes to somebody else who is really upset and angry, but try to understand also. Sometimes there is a message that you need to understand also. And if you are angry, there you have to analyze yourself, like, why am I getting angry? Is it really that the person has behaved in such and such a way that is making me upset and angry, or are they my fears? In a relationship, especially when you see in a couple, if you see that the ladies usually we get angry very, very soon and very fast. The men less. Maybe they don't have the right. When a woman blasts, they are like, okay, I have to put a guard in front of her. Okay, fine, go on. And she goes on expressing for hours and hours together. Well, a man, when he's upset, maybe he can say 1 or 2 words which will just, slay the woman in front of him, just with words. That's enough. Otherwise, they just stay quiet and they just try to, deal with the anger inside of them, right? But when in a couple there is this kind of angry situation, try to see, when you are angry with your partner, try to see, why am I angry with him or her? What is the real reason? Are they the fears that you feel that this person is going somewhere else, or you feel you're losing them and then it comes out as anger or resentment feelings? Or is it that it is really happening, or you are imagining? Is it an illusionary state that you have created, just that they are not behaving the way they should behave with you at that particular point? So you have built up something and it's coming out as anger. You start feeling, oh, and then you start accusing the person, oh, you are doing this and you are doing that, and then the fight builds up. Yeah, so you try to identify, where are things going wrong? Is it me? Are they my fears? Or I am not being able to control a particular situation, yeah, in the professional and personal field also. I cannot control something, and because of that I'm getting angry. Like, oh my God, there is a lot of work left to do. I don't know, in 3 hours I need to finish this and this, and it's out of my control. And what happens then? Then somebody walks in and somebody starts saying something, and you blast this person. Just because you are under stress, you cannot control, yeah. There is actually no reason to get angry with somebody else, but you are angry with that person just because of an uncontrollable stress, the situation in front of you, you cannot control, so you throw it on somebody else. I've seen some mothers also, when they get upset with their partner or with their mother-in-laws or in-laws, or if they are in a joint family, what happens is that they start getting mad with their kids. They start shouting at the kids. The kids are the poor receptors of that, yeah, because they don't have the strength to lash back. So they are the poor, dustbins of your anger, I would say, unfortunately. So this is what is happening. And actually the anger is not on the kid. The anger is on certain people. The anger is because somebody has made you feel bad. Somebody has hurt you, yeah. Somebody has excluded you purposely or maybe not purposely. Somebody has showing rejection towards you. Somebody has made a sarcastic remark about you. Well, there you need to find out and shiloh yourself. Instead of throwing it on your kids or throwing it on your partner, that, see, look, your so-and-so has said this to me, so you throw this anger on somebody else, yeah, your partner. What has your partner done? What have your kids done? Okay, or what has the poor peon in your workplace, what has he done? Yeah, just because your boss scolded you, you scold somebody else below you. So try to be honest here, is that what is the root cause of my anger? Am I getting angry for a legitimate reason? Am I getting angry for the right reason? It is very normal to get angry, and one has to get angry because when it really involves a legitimate anger, when it is really fair of you to react to a particular situation with anger, there you have to know that the healing has to take place, so it has to be expressed, okay? Otherwise you are destroying yourself in bitterness, because some people, the anger is so destructive is that they will not express it outside but inside of them. So when you keep acid too much inside of you, what happens is that it creates hole in your whole body. So this is what happens, is that the bitterness starts taking place. So ask yourself, why am I angry? Then what should you do after? You have to find constructive ways. You need to find constructive ways to deal with the anger. Now you have identified the reason. Now you cannot go and punch your boss, or you cannot punch your partner. I mean, that's not a good way, right? So what do? Get a punching bag for yourself. It is the best thing to do. Get a punching bag, you like kickboxing, do that, or just punch the punching bag, or go for a walk outside. Go for a walk. Or if you cannot do that, the weather is bad, take something and start cleaning something. If you're at home, yeah, start doing that. If you're at work, you just do deep breathing. Just do deep breathing. Go into the toilet and sit quietly, and you just do deep breathing, and just you say, I know that this is not right, and I don't accept that. Inside of you, just say, I don't accept whatever is to be accepted, you accept it. So find a constructive way at that time. Each of us knows a constructive way to deal with it also, yeah. Running, jogging, these are the physical exercises that are very, very important. Meditation, this is why I keep saying meditate, 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 because what happens is that you can control yourself, then it becomes easier to control in this kind of situations, yeah. So try to find a constructive way. Thirdly, I would say, don't keep brooding about what somebody has said to you, because here you are entering into bitterness again. Don't brood. Don't keep ruminating it in your mind. Yeah, it happens with us, right? Especially with women, it happens, I've noticed. We ruminate a lot. This one said this to me, or this one did that to me. She invited everyone but me. She said nice about everything but my things. Yeah. So what happens is that expectations are involved, they were not fulfilled, so we are angry over there, right? So over here, what do we have to do is we have to stop brooding about it, and we have to start finding solutions. We have to be like children when it comes to anger. Of course, it depends upon what was done to you, what makes you angry. But many times these are just very small matters, yeah. So when these are very small matters, don't hold grudges for very long. Don't hold grudges for very long. Immediately deal with it then and there. Like did you see children when they play, how they do that? You know, when somebody takes something from them, they're like, hey, why did you take that from me? And then they fight among themselves. And what happens after that? After some time, they cry, they fight among themselves. And after some time, in 1 or 2 hours, you will see they are hand in hand, or they are again playing, and they are again laughing. Yeah. So we need to be like children when it comes to small matters. Like, we need to be very much like children. That the fight is over, the subject was what? It was this. So the fight has to be limited around this particular subject. You don't need to, blow it out of proportion. Stick to the subject. Yeah, especially for women. Because in a fight, then the history, the geography, everything comes in, right? We have this habit. But then that time and that year you did this and you did that, it will all, we have very good memories when we want to remember and when we want to prove our points, right? But then stick to just that particular point. Stick to that particular moment of anger, why you are angry, yeah? And speak about that at that point and leave it over there. Anger is a way of healing yourself also. At the same time, anger destroys. You need to know that. So how is it healing and how is it destructive and constructive? Well, if you use this energy of anger in a constructive way, you can achieve positive results. Like when you are angry, you are really, completely dynamic. Use it to clean up something, and you will feel better with the result. Yeah, instead of just waiting for ways to take revenge on that person or giving it back. Yeah, the easiest way. Yeah, even I feel sometimes, I feel like giving it back. Like, why not? This one said like this, I would like to say like this. But then what happens is, at the end of the day, I'm not feeling fine. I'm like, I entered the game and it was not required to enter that game and spoil myself. Why should I? Yeah. So remember always, be selfish. Be selfish over there. Is that when it comes to anger, you need to be selfish. You need to know, am I going to really invest in these accusations or not? I will be stingy and selfish. No, I don't want to. But yes, if there is something very, very important, why not? But say it in a calm way. If you shout at people, this is where everything gets ruined also. Say it in a very calm way. Cool down first. Even if you're feeling like punching the person in front of you, just cool down, look at them and look at your own conditionings. Why am I exactly getting angry? Because am I conditioned in this way? Am I feeling hurt? Am I feeling accused? Am I like that this person is accusing me of? No. If the answers are that, then why should you get angry? Tell the person in front of you, okay, I respect your opinion. Thank you for letting me know. And I really feel there are some places where I need to improve, and I will try hard to improve on that. And there are some where I feel I shouldn't. Yeah, because I don't completely accept, maybe you have misunderstood certain things. And instead of arguing, make it into a discussion. Lead it on the path of a discussion, because arguments lead to separations, while discussions lead to getting back together. So have constructive discussions about it, and this is how you can manage this anger in a positive way. So if you are a kind of a person who gets angry very fast, know that you are hurting everything inside of you, and you're hurting people also, and in that hurt you might regret it later, because at the spur of the moment you have said it. People very close to you might understand you and come back to you, and you can go back to them, but sometimes the bridges are burnt and you have no place to go back, and sometimes you might regret. Yeah, especially parents and children. Sometimes when we are angry with our parents, we can say a lot of things, but then after, when they go away, then you can feel sad about it. Is that, why did I say this? Why did I say that? So next time when you feel like saying harsh things or becoming angry with someone, evaluate, and always it is better to let it go. Yeah. Heal yourself by letting it go, my dear friends. Okay, I wish you a wonderful, wonderful Sunday and a wonderful week ahead. And yes, manage that little anger nicely inside of you. Bye bye. God bless. Take care. Bye.